I'm here today to welcome you and to see if you have any questions for us about Valdosta. I know you're excited and you probably have hundreds of questions, or maybe just one. So let me know. Anything you want to know, I'll be happy to try to answer.
I just wonder, is it easy to get Korean food, or?
Is it easy to get Korean food? No. No. Actually, we do have a Korean supermarket, small store, so you can buy some Korean food.
I heard it is hard to live in the USA without car. So how about Valdosta area?
It is extremely hard to live in the USA without a car, unless you live in New York, Chicago, Atlanta, San Francisco, Los Angeles. It will be much easier if you do have a car, even in Valdosta. We don't have good public transportation. There's bicycle or there's walking. We do run shopping trips to the mall and to the grocery store once a week for our international students. But if you're going to be there for 3 years, it might be a good idea to think about going together, 2 or 3 people sharing a car. That way you can go to the beach on the weekend, go to Atlanta, and Atlanta has the second largest Korean population in the United States. So lots and lots of Korean restaurants and grocery stores in Atlanta. It's about 4 hours drive. For us, that's not far. Next question.
Can I ask something?
Yes, you may.
Is there some special programs for international students?
We have the International Student Society that is kind of like a club. They do activities. They go to the beach. They go and visit schools in the community. And they do the international dinner every year. If you have talent, if you can sing, dance, play the violin, they might ask you to play at the international dinner. Lots of people from Valdosta come to watch our international students. So they do have some special activities for international students.
Do they have the bi-weekly coffee?
We have, yes, coffee hour for international students every week.
Actually, the thing is, I want to know about the university policy. For example, if we have an exam and we fail the subject something, so how much do we have to retake a class, or we don't have any choice for take exam?
Okay, if you fail an exam, if you fail the final exam and you fail the class, if it's a required class, you will have to retake the class. There are no resits. You can't take a final exam a second time unless your professor lets you. Academic policy is in a class is pretty much the decision of the professor. So you can go and beg your professor, please give me one more chance. And you might get a second chance, but don't count on it. It's fairly strict. You have to study. You have to study the whole semester. And professors, sometimes, if they know you're working hard, they may be more lenient in helping you. But if you're lazy all semester, and then you say, oh, I studied hard for the final exam. Well, you didn't do anything before that, so you will fail.
Do you give like some kinds of scholarships for international students? Like it's like hard to get it for international students. If so, what is the best way to get it?
There really aren't very many scholarships in state institutions. The universities that are state institutions are paid for with taxpayer money. So if anybody gets scholarships, it's usually the students in the state, right? Because the taxpayer money has paid for that. There are not very many opportunities for international students except on talent. if you have a talent, if you play the violin, you might qualify for some scholarship.
Is there a program for winter or summer vacation to the students who can stay there?
Short answer, no. Winter vacation lasts from about mid-December to the first or second week in January. We don't have anything scheduled in terms of a plan for students. We're always open to considering something. Summer vacation, many of our students go to summer school. You have an opportunity to finish your program earlier by going to summer school. So you can do that. We usually do short beach trips during spring break, something like that, but not a long trip because it would just be terrible for me. No, I mean, someone has to take you, we have to have somebody to plan everything, but we can offer suggestions. You can go to New Orleans, you can go to Washington, D.C. during break. Some students went to New York last week, in between the week break. We had a couple of students go to New York. So you're free to do lots of things. It goes back to his question. You might need a car. But you can do anything you want to do when you're not in school.
Do we need to bring a laptop or desktop computer?
Yes, I would recommend if you want to use Korean language, if you want a keyboard in Korean, then bring your laptop. You can buy, of course, a laptop in the States. You can bring a desktop computer if you want, but probably a laptop is sufficient. All of your work that you turn in will probably need to be typed. We don't do much in terms of handwriting anymore. Teachers expect you to type your work. So it would be useful. There are also computers, of course, in the library, computer labs, where you can get a jump drive and type it up and save it and print it off. But it's up to you. I would recommend it. You can bring your laptop to class, but depending on the teacher, they might say, that's too noisy while they're talking. So for taking notes, I would recommend pencil and paper. If you were in my class, I would say, put the laptop away.
So we need printers too.
Well, the mic was hell a lot.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, the assignments are generally, you're going to have to type them up. The what? A printer? You can take it to the library and print it. You don't have to bring a printer.
Do you have areas in school community that we can enjoy after school?
Activities?
Yeah.
Activities that you can enjoy after school, you're on your own. We have, there are numerous clubs. There's an anime club, if you like animation. People who like to do things like cheerleading. There are lots of sports. It's called intramural sports. So you can get up a soccer team to play against other soccer teams of students, not professional level or college team level, but just fun level. You get your own team, basketball, softball teams, whatever you like to do, and you can compete against other groups. You can play, we could have an international team, for example, in basketball or soccer, and then play against some of the other clubs.
And symphony concerts?
Well, of course, we have a symphony. If you like music, you can go listen to the symphony. They do show movies on campus. They have language clubs. They have lots of different things you can do if you get involved.
Is Bardesta University a Christian school?
No. It's state universities are secular. They are not affiliated with religious groups. Now, most of the students most of the American students will have been raised in some kind of a church, which doesn't mean that they're not going to go out and drink a lot or something like that, but they are closely associated with some religious organization, typically. But it's all state institutions are non-secular. That means if you're a Buddhist, if you're a Christian, if you're a Muslim, you have the same opportunities.
I saw a picture of shuttle buses at the VSU website. What are they used for?
The business school is it's about a mile and a half from the main campus on the same road. So shuttle buses are used to take the students from one class to the next, the dormitory to the main campus, and I believe they also they run to continuing ed where the English Language Institute is. So that's the main purpose of the shuttle buses. Most of the students ride them from Centennial to the main campus and to the business school.
Sir,
Yes.
how many Korean students in the university?
How many Korean students in the university? I think probably already degree-seeking students. What would you say, Dr. Nikoloff? 15 degree-seeking students, and we have about 20 in the English Language Institute. So you will be the largest group from one nation. We'll have to open some Korean restaurants in Valdosta.
We have 280 international students from 65 countries.
Right. As you said, 280 international students from about 65 countries. These are the letters, and I guess you're to give them out to your students, and we're really looking forward to hosting you in Valdosta. Hi, I'd like to welcome you all to Valdosta State University. I'm very glad that you have decided to join the Dongguk Valdosta State 1-3 program. We are looking forward to seeing you very soon. I think that you will have a great opportunity to get a good education, to be comfortable in English, to learn a lot about American culture, and to come back and get a good job, hopefully. For those of you who are thinking about joining the program, we would also like to encourage you to consider an education with Dongguk and Valdosta State University. It's an opportunity that you may never have again. So please talk to the staff if you have any questions, and we look forward to seeing you soon.